do you go to her father and then say this of like, look, I know I do a lot of weird shit. I make Richard Nixon's, which is mayonnaise and coffee.
Mayonnaise and hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate, right?
Yeah. No.
I make Richard Nixon's. I'm into panel.
I'm not into panel.
You're maybe not now, but in like an hour you might be. We don't know.
Here's the thing. It's like doing it's like you're signing a deal with the government where they're going to let you off of all the shit you did, but you got to say everything.
Yes.
I would admit to shit I didn't even did so I can get away with that in the future. You know what I mean? So when you're making the list, be like, all right, I apologize for all the weird shit I've actually done, but then there's a separate list. Here are some things that I'm probably going to do. And I need you to sit here for 45 minutes while I read everything.
Sign this off.
Yeah. Have you thought about that, or did you do that? In your first marriage, did you talk to the father? Nothing.
No.
I did.
And you should bring a butcher block too, and have or I don't know, a projector, and have drawings of the stuff you're gonna do.
Right. To start flipping the sheets. All right, now we're on to the Big Dipper.
Yeah. I understand this is uncomfortable, but I want you to have a visual representation of what it really is, so you don't say yes to something you wanted to say no to.
Right, right.
Also, if you say no, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to do this anyways. So Jessie was adamant about it. She was like, "Hey, if we're going to do this, you gotta ask my father and everything else." And I was like, "All right, cool." So I did it, and at the time that I was there, her grandfather was there.
Oh yeah, so you had two.
And so I said, "Look, I don't know when we're going to see them again. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to talk to them at this restaurant. It was their favorite restaurant. It was this like little coffee shop up in Ventura, close. It was this place called the Vagabond. It doesn't exist anymore. It's part of like a hotel, very tiny, diner food, coffee. Like the same people work there for 80 years, that type of place, right? And I was like, well, here's the place I'm going to do it because I don't know when we're going to see them again. She was like, okay. But my grandpa's kind of racist, all right? And I was like, all right, what is he going to scream out the N-word after I say this, whatever? And she goes, I don't know what he's going to say, whatever. I'm just kind of preparing you. And I was like, well, look, I'm from Georgia. I've heard everything. Like, we're good at this point, right? So at that...
I'm from where the players play.
Yeah, exactly. Where the players play.
Where the players play.
Where the players play. And I'm a huge Outcast fan. So I sat down with them. We're at this diner. We have eggs and coffee and everything else. And then I tell them, I have every intention of marrying your daughter, and I love her. I'm going to protect her. Everything that Dan was saying, right? And I go, I just wanted to tell you this man to man, in your face, eye to eye, so that way, if you have any questions for me or anything else, I will answer them. And like the grandfather, I think he was like maybe a World War II vet or something. He just he had hearing aids in, and he just shook his head and he goes, yes, this is the way it should be, And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And he goes, look, I don't, and that was the first time I met him. He goes, I don't know you at all. First time I'm meeting you, the grandfather, first time I'm meeting you. But he goes, I miss this about this country. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. It was rad, but that's real.
What was it that he missed exactly?
That men would talk to other men, shake their hands, look them in the eyes, have a meal, even as simple as it was, right? Because it was like sunny side up eggs. And
meal.
And coffee that had probably been sitting there for, 9 hours on the goddamn pots. The McDonald's story you guys were telling me about.
Well, no, it's like Starbucks coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, they when they first brew it, it's not bad. But 65 hours later, when it's been sitting at fucking 300 degrees, it sucks.
Right. So it was that type of coffee, that type of place. And he was just amped that another man was having a conversation with him. And granted, we were in California, so that's probably part of it too, where it was just like people don't talk to each other like that. And I'd wondered if that's the same thing with you, where if Corey had said, hey, dude, if anything happens, you're going to talk to my father.
Yeah.
Okay. So she did say that?
I've grown up with him longer than she did.
Oh, fuck. Really? So you know her dad?
Yes.
Oh, great. Why don't you look into this camera and tell him right now?
There's a non-zero chance he watches this episode.
Yes.
So yeah.
All you have to do is look right down the barrel and just say, look, Mr. Green, what's her last name? I'm making it up. What's her last name?
You're making it up.
Yeah.
Pelosi.
Mr. Green. I love your daughter, Corey, so much. Now, yes, I love sushi burritos, okay? I also love Richard Nixon's. We may or may not get into penal, but I will protect and provide for your daughter.
I think if you explain the mechanics of the anal sex you're going to have, then the person becomes a lot more comfortable with it, right?
Yeah. So,
This is horrible advice.
well, no, I think
that's
he's
good
right.
advice.
I think he's right. Now, Mr. Green, I'm going to tie her down, okay? Now, the rope's going to be loose. She'll have the option to leave if she
she has a
wants.
safe word.
Yeah, exactly. And it's popcorn. Now, if she says
Now
it,
we have preloaded by I was smacking her on the back with spatulas for at least 45 minutes. Not hard, but just to get it red.
just enough.
Because that's what does it for me is seeing the red marks with the little holes from the spatula.
Yeah.
Right?
I want to pretend like we're at a Waffle House in Little Rock, all right? I want enough of it, but not enough to burn it, to hurt it, okay?
But what you want to do, sir, with the anal,
yeah, exactly.
because my goal is obviously not just to come in your daughter's ass,
oh, God.
but to fuck her asshole as hard and as fast as possible.
Oh, boy.
Because that just the idea of doing that thing which I'm not supposed to be doing in the first place.
Yeah,
Plus
God forbade it.
Plus doing it in a very like aggressive way is what gets me off.
Yeah.
So there's this trick where if you just put your cock in her ass as far as it'll go,
Yeah.
and just don't move and leave it there for about somewhere between 15 and 30 seconds.
Yep.
For some reason, her brain decides that her sphincter is okay to relax at this point.
Yeah.
And now I can really get in there.
Really get in there.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Green.
And not only is it good for me,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
'Cause this
Hey,
is what I
you
want to
guys
do.
you guys just locked in my Christmas present. I'm just gonna clip this, put it in a digital
Yeah.
frame,
Yeah.
and give it to both her parents.
Now,
Yeah.
Mr. Green, right before I come, I'm going to put a finger down her throat, okay? She's going to puke a little bit, and her asshole will tighten up and cause me to come even harder.
Well, you know
right?
what the real
It's going to be 16 ounces worth of semen being pumped straight into her asshole, and I'm sorry, Mr. Green, but I love you.
She
Jack
spit.
Mandeville
She
just
spit.
walked in on that
she
line.
spit.
the really nice part is that like you get super aggressive towards the end, and that's where she really starts having orgasms.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Like I'm not even kidding. There'll be like there'll be 2 or more in a row towards the last 45 seconds of the event.
And you're telling the father this.
Then you
I want you to know that she's going to come too, all right? It's not just me. That's where she really gets off as well.
And then when you blast inside of her, it's difficult sometimes for a woman to continue giving you head when you've already orgasm, right? Like
Yeah.
it's super sensitive.
Yep,
Imagine how sensitive it is slowly pulling out of a butthole that's squeezing for dear life. To keep
Yeah.
all of your internal organs inside of your body.
Yeah.
This is a PSA for fucking your girlfriend.
It
in the
sure
ass.
is. And how to tell her father that you're going to take care of her. Now, I'm going to protect her, okay?
Should we write a book about this?
I'm going to
should
give
we-
her Tylenol.
How to get married.
How to tell your partner's parents about the anal sex you're having. It's kind of a long title.
It's
but-
a long title.
Yeah.